Here is your fully written emotional story with a strong hook and 2 long chapters. Plain paragraphs, crafted to hold viewers' attention for a full video experience. Hook. The phone rang at 12:01 a.m., a time when calls only ever bring bad news. CEO Adrian Knight stared at the illuminated screen, recognizing the caller immediately. His right hand trembled slightly as he accepted the call. "Sir," the hesitant voice of his head of security cracked through the silence. "She's leaving." Adrian's heartbeat stopped for a second. "And you're the last name she spoke." His eyes widened, as if the world finally gave him a truth he had been running from for far too long. "Where is she?" he whispered. The elevator number on the screen began to drop. She was not just anyone. Her name was Alara Gray, and tonight, she was disappearing forever. Chapter 1. Adrian Knight built his empire on precision. Never late, never emotional, never attached. The world saw an unshakable billionaire, polished to perfection, his life as flawless as the skyline view from his penthouse. But what the world didn't know was that he had a weakness, her Alara Gray, the woman hired to organize his chaotic world. A quiet assistant with a gentle smile, the one who remembered his mother's birthday when he didn't. The one who placed a fresh coffee on his desk every morning without a word. The one who stayed behind long after everyone left, making sure he wouldn't drown in his own work. She was invisible to others. But to Adrian, she was the light he wasn't allowed to touch. At least that's what he told himself. Months passed with silent glances, unspoken gratitude, and moments that felt too warm to be professional. He ruined every chance to confess by hiding behind cold walls and strict rules, until the day she stopped smiling. She had been quieter, slower when walking, gripping her bag as if hiding something fragile inside. Adrian noticed, but the man, terrified of his own feelings, refused to ask why. He ignored the signs. The tear she wiped before turning around. The letter she folded quickly when he entered the room. The way she looked at him, as if memorizing him, and now, here he was. Breathless, late, afraid. "Where is she?" Adrian repeated, already grabbing his coat. Security answered. "She left an envelope for you, sir." "Do you want me to open it?" "No," he barked immediately. He needed to see it himself, understand it himself. He ran to the elevator, the first time he had ever run for anything but money. Memories flooded his mind, her shy laughter, her eyes softening whenever he accidentally said, "Thank you." Her voice saying, "Good night, Mr. Knight," like she hoped it wasn't the end, but he had let it be the end every time. The elevator doors opened to the lobby, empty, dark, and cold. He spotted her figure just outside the revolving glass doors, a suitcase by her side, hugging her own shoulders against the night's chill. "Alara!" he shouted before he could think. Her head turned slowly, her eyes, tired and shining with pain, met his. She smiled faintly. "Mr. Knight." "It's late." "You shouldn't be here. Why are you leaving?" His voice cracked with a desperation even he didn't recognize. She inhaled a shaky breath. "Because sometimes, leaving is the only way to be seen." Just like that, she stepped into the taxi, and before he could reach her, she was gone. Chapter 2. Adrian stood frozen in the empty street. Rain beginning to fall, soft at first, then heavy enough to blur the city lights. He returned inside, gripping the envelope with her delicate handwriting. "To the last name I spoke." His heart twisted painfully. With trembling fingers, he opened the letter. "Mr. Knight, by the time you read this, I'll be gone from your life, not because I want to leave, but because staying hurts more. I've been sick. The kind of sick you can't fix with rest. The doctors say I need treatment far away, and even then, there are no promises. I didn't want to burden you. You already give so much to the world, even if you don't see it. But tonight, someone asked me if I wanted to call a family member before I left. I realized I don't have any. So I said your name, because you were my home, even if you never knew." If the letter had ended there, Adrian would have shattered. But there was more. "If somehow you come after me, I'll understand everything you never said." He didn't think. He acted a flight search and booked. Car keys as grabbed. Security team, called for support. Hospital address, entered into GPS. He drove like a man who finally found his reason, his heart pounding with one truth. He couldn't lose her. Hours later, he crashed into a hospital lobby breathing hard, asking her name again and again. The nurse blinked in surprise. She just arrived. She thought no one would come for her. Adrian rushed into the room, and there she was. Ilara opened her eyes, shock washing over her features. "You," she whispered. "You said my name," he replied, struggling to breathe. "So I'm here, and I'm not leaving." Her tears fell, quiet, fragile, grateful. "You can't promise that," she sobbed. "I might not." He reached for her hand, the first time he ever allowed himself to touch her. "I don't care if our time is measured in years or minutes," he breathed. "Just don't disappear without letting me love you." Silence. Then her fingers interlocked with his, a tiny smile filled with hope. "You're late, Mr. Knight," she murmured. He leaned closer, forehead against hers. "But I'm here now." Outside the window, morning light broke through the clouds, the first sunrise they watched together, and certainly not the last. The end message, strong and inspiring. Sometimes, the person who keeps your world together is quietly falling apart. Don't wait until they walk away to realize they are the one worth chasing. Love doesn't need the perfect moment, only the courage to speak before it's too late. If you'd like, I can also create a powerful SEO package for YouTube. Titles, variations, plus descriptions, thumbnail text ideas, hashtags, plus search tags, plus keywords, voiceover script pacing breakdown for 100-minute video, image prompts for each scene. Would you like me to package all of those next?